Good morning, brothers and sisters, and welcome to the 27th Constitutional Convention of the Transport Workers Union of America. And welcome to a super energized TWU that for the past 4 years has been propelled by strong growth, industry-leading contracts, a winning organizing strategy, and a sound financial foundation. As we convene today, the TWU has hit its high watermark ever in terms of dues-paying members, with 160,000 workers across our divisions and the transport industries. We can also proudly state that the TWU is the largest union of airline workers in America, bigger than the Teamsters, the machinists, the pilots, and the AFA. The TWU has never approached that mountaintop in our history until now. Clearly, these achievements did not happen on their own. I attribute them to our dedicated international offices and professional staff working in conjunction with our local leaders across all divisions. You guys are the best. You've done an amazing job. Let us never forget that the TWU is an organization that was born in strife in New York City's subways and then expanded across America's transportation industries by leaders who live by a code of militant struggle and a deep belief in equality on the shop floor for all workers. This courage to fight to win at all costs is baked into the DNA of our union and is the central reason why the TWU has survived and thrived since our Depression-era beginnings. All of us sitting here in this convention hall are the inheritors of that warrior mentality, a mindset that is just as important today as it was 90 years ago when pay raises, pensions, vacations, and healthcare were non-existent. We need to own it, live it, and breathe it every day. Our members are counting on us to carry the fight for them. They deserve no less than our best effort. But talk is cheap. Action and results are what counts. And I'm proud to say that the action has been non-stop since our last convention. We have taken our fight-back mindset to new heights in all of our contract negotiations, organizing, and political action. From air to rail to transit and all other categories, our staff and local offices have carried us to significant victories. TWU, America's Fight Back Union. In our air division, offices and locals scored multiple contract victories for all our titles at all contracted companies. We also made significant legislative and regulatory progress in our ongoing battle with U.S. airlines that are addicted to shipping heavy maintenance jobs overseas. Today, we remain the only union that is taking on this battle to protect U.S. soil-based maintenance jobs.
The Transport Workers Union making a lot of noise.
Join me in that fight back against the company for the sake of your own livelihood.
After an epic battle with American Airlines on the ground and in the courts for a collective bargaining agreement in 2021, the landscape the past few years has been a good deal calmer. Indeed, we secured an extension for our members at American Airlines through normal collective bargaining means that provided important economic gains without the public rancor that marked the previous agreement. These extensions keep our members at American at the top of the industry. At JetBlue, we secured a historic first contract for our flight attendants shortly after the last convention. Then we won a mid-contract reopener with the company in 2024 that provided significant economic gains. Our success for our JetBlue in-flight crew members paved the way for us to organize the company's flight school instructors. This is a great example of success breeding success. At Allegiant Airlines, our flight attendants from Local 577, in only their second round of contract negotiations, won an industry-leading contract for low-cost carriers in 2024. This agreement brought our members into the national spotlight with a 5-year contract that delivered enormous increases, on average by 41% during the contract term. Local 555 at Southwest Airlines secured a standout contract that provides job, financial, and benefit security for their ramp and provisioning members for 5 years. The agreement skyrocketed the top wage rate to more than $42 an hour by the end of the agreement. Local 556 flight attendants in 2024, after years of fighting for contract justice, won a hard-fought victory that catapulted their members far above the industry standard in pay and benefits. Both the 556 and 577 contracts featured an industry-first paid parental leave for flight crews. We brought home excellent contracts for our envoy groups, flight dispatcher locals, and federal service contract locals in Florida and Georgia. On the rail side, we worked with our great local offices to win significant victories for the members at PATH, Metro North, Amtrak, the MBTA, Keolis in Boston, and freight carriers. We scored the largest wage increases in the 53-year history of Amtrak for our carmen, coach cleaners, and onboard service members. These increases, when compounded, will up pay by more than 34% over the life of the agreement. The division also scored a huge contract victory for our members employed at the MBTA commuter rail company and its operator, the giant multinational company Keolis of France. It provides 5 years of annual 5% wage increases, a $2,000 signing bonus, and paid sick time for the first time ever. I can proudly say that the TWU International and our Boston Rail Local cut Keolis down to size. We punched through for an excellent retroactive contract at Metro North Commuter Railroad, despite major interference from New York's Governor Kathy Hochul. Our freight agreements provide major retroactive wages, service recognition bonuses, as well as a 5-year contract with strong wage increases to carry the membership through 2029. After 30 years of trying, our rail division offices were able to negotiate a labor management-sponsored apprenticeship program with Amtrak at its Beech Grove facility. The new program provides a previously closed career path for TWU coach cleaners to advance to carmen. We proudly witnessed our first graduating class in 2025.
Beech Grove fights back!
Our Transit Utility Universities and Service Division is a diverse amalgam of employers and locals, both big and small. The TUUS staff work tirelessly to provide professional service and support to all. Division offices took full advantage of the TWU's branded bus, which is outfitted as a modern, fully equipped mobile office. It was used to service our widespread locals in sweeps across Texas, the Midwest, and Georgia. TWU! In New York, Local 100 delivered an on-time 3-year agreement for its 40,000 TA, MAPSTOA, and MTA bus members with raises of 9.8% compounded over 3 years, as well as $4,000 in essential worker cash bonus payments. The union also won a significant expansion of maternity and paternity leave for new parents. In Philadelphia,
a potential strike that would bring mass transit in the city to a halt.
Local 234 members were brought to the brink of a strike not once, but twice.
The TWU International is going to shut down the 6th biggest city in America.
Each time the membership's resolve and the leadership's militant stands resulted in 1-year contracts with inflation-busting wage increases.
234
Local 252 on Long Island settled strong agreements for its members at TransDev Paratransit, Suffolk Transportation, and Suffolk Bus. Also at Guardian School Bus, First Student, and TransDev, the operator of Nice Bus. Local 101 in Brooklyn won a hard-fought 4-year agreement for its members at utility giant National Grid. Local 1400 continued to set the pattern for workers at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Local 291 in Miami won a 3-year deal with 10% over the term, on top of a 5% supplemental increase. Local 260 in Houston netted an 11% gain over 3 years for its Metro membership. And Local 250A in the great city of San Francisco won a 13% increase over the term of the contract.
America's Fight Back Union.
These impressive contract numbers were repeated at our smaller transit properties, as well as our universities, public sector towns and schools, and service locals. Our contracts include big numbers, important numbers on wages, and many extras that are keeping our TWU members and their families across this great nation at the top of their respective industries, as well as being able to stay abreast of or ahead of inflation. Just as important as economics, our transit locals continue to lead the way in other areas. In Columbus, Ohio, where Local 208 is the tip of the spear in the TWU's pushback against job-killing autonomous vehicles, we achieved a first in the nation contract language that prevents the company from introducing autonomous buses or any other modified technology without the written permission of the union. I repeat, first in the nation. A special thank you is in order for our Local 208 and our international offices for their leadership on this growing threat to our jobs.
News here at CBS News Philadelphia. Into our newsroom, a SEPTA bus driver has just been killed in Germantown.
The Transport Workers Union 234 in Northern Liberties.
In Philadelphia, our Local 234 leadership and international staff turned the tragedy of Brother Bernard Gribben murdered in cold blood while operating his bus into a breakthrough in safety for bus operators. In October 2023, a passenger wantonly shot down Brother Gribben without warning, without words, without provocation, nothing. 1 second he was alive and well with a great future, the next he was gone, leaving a grieving family, friends, and co-workers. The callous nature of this act required an immediate response.
Members of the company's largest union, Transit Workers Union, plan to walk off the job if the two sides cannot reach a new contract agreement.
They can actually start off by putting bulletproof glass up.
In answer, Local 234 and international offices compelled SEPTA to invest in their workers' safety by introducing bulletproof driver enclosures on its entire fleet. The pilot program is already underway.
It's looking pretty good.
We hope to take this breakthrough in Philadelphia nationwide. All of us must rally around this vital goal for transit safety. In New York, where new fare collection technology threatened the future of the station agent title, the union negotiated new contract language, transitioning the job from fare collection to customer service with an additional $1 an hour wage increase. This ensures the viability of the station agent title for years to come. Without swift action on this very real threat, our station agents might have been looking at an unemployment line instead of job security with additional pay. Local 100 also broke through for car cleaners in the car maintenance division by negotiating an advancement path from car cleaner to supervisory positions. This was the only title in transit with no avenue for advancement to management. The local also won a new title of lead cleaner to be filled by current car cleaners at $1.70 more per hour. This is what union action is all about, taking a bad situation and turning it into a change for the better. Our TUUS staff and local offices throughout the country deserve our praise and appreciation for a job well done.
TWU, America's Fight Back Union.
What I have just reported is only scratching the surface of what the TWU International and local offices working together have fought for and accomplished for our membership in battles both big and small. A far more comprehensive report can be found in your delegates' material. Always remember, brother and sister delegates, we as TWU officers have life-changing power at our fingertips, but only if we have the guts to stand and fight on behalf of our members. By standing strong and always fighting back against the bosses, we can dramatically improve our members' standards of living in wages, healthcare, safety, job-life balance, and dignified retirements. Mediocrity is not acceptable. Union officers who fall into a let's not rock the boat mindset will find out quickly that mediocre efforts produce mediocre results. We must always shoot for results way beyond ordinary because our members deserve nothing less. Our goal going into every negotiation is to come out with an industry-leading, pace-setting contract that will be appreciated by our members and envied by others. I guarantee that this attitude, coupled with our great results, is the reason why the TWU's membership is expanding through organizing the unorganized, while many other unions wither on the vine. In fact, most other unions are withering on the vine. Workers without a union want to go where there is proven success. That's why our phones keep ringing off the hook from workers who want to get in on the action. Some of those calls are from members of other unions who share properties with us. Workers realize that the TWU is not to be trifled with, that we fight and fight hard for our members.
America's Fight Back Union!
Every politician in the country, Republican and Democrat, know it. Every other union knows it. Every employer knows it. We should all be proud that together we have developed a tremendous capacity to fight back and do it strategically.
TWU, America's Fight Back Union!
Look around the trade union movement. There's nobody fighting the way we fight, with smarts and advanced technology blended with old school boots on the ground organizing. So in 2025, we are in a really good spot with very talented people, both in our locals and at the international, that understand the mentality of a fight back. And we have the tools necessary to effectuate that fight back on behalf of our members. Being an elected union officer is one of the highest callings in the land. The members we represent put their faith in us to go above and beyond for them and their families. Our members want to know that the TWU will battle back against the bosses day in and day out. That is why they pay their dues, and that is why we are here. Anyone who is doing this for reasons other than that, it's time to just go back to your tools. Beating the bosses is addictive. You get addicted to the victory. You get addicted to the joy that comes with advancing the cause of working people. You get addicted to watching how our efforts bring life-changing improvements to our members and their families' lives. 4 years ago, this leadership pledged to fight relentlessly to advance the livelihoods of our members and to aggressively organize new workers so that they too can secure better wages and benefits all working men and women deserve. We have demonstrated that those were not empty words. We meant business, we followed through. We have proven that we have the audacity and the fighting experience to build on our momentum and face the coming challenges head on. Thank you.
TWU!